All right. Hello. Hi. We're here. Welcome back. It's another episode of Thy Kingdom Come, our Urban Shadows actual play, where we are in Snake Church, which is super cool. We're finally made it to Snake Church. Um, and let's see here. Uh, how do I start this game? Oh, yes. Hi. We're live from the apocalypse. We're a not-for-profit TTRPG studio making actual play content in the forms of streams and podcasts to raise money for nonprofits, aid organizations, and progressive causes. We're currently raising money for Doctors Without Borders, and we have, in fact, hit our goal. So everything we earn today for them is a wonderful bonus. I believe we have sort of upped things for another $200 on our little tracker dealy bobber, our thingy donation tracker, which is very cool. The What we ask is that if you like what you see here, just take whatever money you or whatever bits you might donate, rather than using Twitch's funny money system. Go ahead and donate directly to Doctors Without Borders instead of giving it to us. They are doing life-saving critical care work and disaster relief in Palestine and Ukraine, and we pretend to be elves on the internet. They should have that money,
just
not
fucking
us.
grip it and rip
Thank
it,
you
baby.
very much, Brendan, for
Slop that
kicking us
down,
off
dude. Yeah, dude.
with
Crack
a
one for the big
donation and
boy.
causing the McElroy brothers to interrupt what I'm saying and yell in JD's ear. That's perfect. Um, this channel does have some donation incentives. A $15 donation will allow you to give the player of your choice +1 forwards. A $20 donation allows you to give a player of your choice -1 to their next roll, which, Brendan, you could do if you have any moment where you would really like to fuck somebody else in the party over. You now have that. That's in front of you now.
We've been rolling so badly. Why would you invite this?
I'm just saying it's not a great option, but it's there.
Could I do it to myself?
If you think it's funnier, absolutely. Yeah, also, if you donate $25, you can force me, the GM, to run the game in a Stitch Face for 60 seconds. You will not find a deal like that anywhere else on the internet. For good reason. It's very silly. And now, let's introduce our fine players, beginning with Amber.
Hi, everybody. I'm Amber, also known as The Space Jamber, but normally I would say you can find me anywhere on the internet at The Space Jamber, but right now I'm on an extended mental health hiatus, which, whatever, it's fine. That's what 2024 is about. I am a three-time Emmy nominated, one-time Emmy winning TTRPG writer, editor, podcaster, and streamer. Found that out recently.
Congrats.
And thank you very much. And I'm playing Imogen Warwick today. Imogen's pronouns are they, she. They are the scholar. And the only one that isn't, well, they're weird, but they're not weird because they have power. They're weird in that they don't have powers. That's the weird. Yeah, so.
In this social group, that is certainly the case. All right, and a Bedlam.
Hello, my name is Bedlam. I am playing Jerome Nears, who is a tainted, just your standard issue high school student. He is, let me think about this, part of a cult here at Snake Church, which he's part of, but not really actually part of. Not really a cult so much as a coven, so much as a demonic hierarchy, so much as a, I don't know, agent of some sort of higher power. A different kind of church, perhaps. And yeah, is concerned for a friend of his that just got abducted from a hospital.
Mm-hmm.
Big news. Referencing last time, and yeah, we're gonna find out how that all goes. So yeah, that's me.
Yep, you've got a friend who was recently kidnapped from the hospital, and also your demonic patron may be abducted and banished at some point in the next day. Uh, in accordance with that prophecy that you saw in
Oh,
that
right.
dream.
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Sorry, I thought you were saying that had happened already. And I was like, wait, I don't remember that happening. Oh gosh. Yeah.
Has
Okay.
not happened
There
yet,
we
but
go.
that was why
Yeah.
everybody was hanging out at Snurch. And next we have Brendan.
Hi, everybody. I'm Brendan. He, him. I am going to be playing this evening Sefer. Sefer's pronouns are they, them. They are teenaged Frankenstein, Thembo, Pichu rocking in a trench coat, really going through it, playing all the hits. Um, gonna see if I can do their voice tonight or not. Yeah, it's gonna be a time.
Fantastic. Sefer recently back from their experience being a dog. Uh, and speaking of people going through it, Soren. JD, tell us about your boy.
Still, I'm still laughing about your comment in chat. Hi, I am JD, pronouns he, they, and I am playing Saint Soren Augustine, the Revenant. He's having a normal time. His fox keeps breaking reality. He remembers killing his parents, but not killing his parents, and now his former housemate slash friend has been abducted. So everything is going great, and I just need everyone to know at the outset Soren is fine.
Soren sleeps a normal amount for
He
a
does for
revenant.
him, which is, 0.
None. Yeah, none. Yeah, absolutely none. Which in your new household is completely normal because you are currently living with Sefer. So very normal to not be sleeping.
I do sleep. It's just like less than like a person like would sleep.
It's true. It's true. All right. So we're gonna open back up with Imogen. So we're going to open back up. You had left this brain in a jar with tank treads
Why, yes. Yes, I
in
did.
the library, and very sensibly distracted it with books and booked it yourself.
Yeah, as one does in a library.
hmm hmm As you were uh, uh, heading away, your uncle, your ghost uncle, sort of approached you, sort of panicked, telling you that something very, very weird is happening in the world. And as you were walking away, uh, he broke. So essentially,
He broke?
he broke. You sort of see how does Imogen sort of see Maddie, like in terms of like like a visual impression of Maddie.
Sorry, I'm still struggling with he broke. Um,
Yeah.
I feel like Maddie appears sort of like almost as if I'm trying to phrase this the right way. Maddie appears like a standard ghost, like what one would, but because of like all of the wards and that were placed upon him, all of, like how long he was kind of like in limbo and unable to communicate. Um, he kind of like has TV static to him, like
Mhm.
that texture, like constantly moving. You know, TV snow. Sometimes, occasionally, like the like a line that would go up the screen kind of moment.
Mhm.
Um, and he would like flicker. So that's how he normally appears.
Okay. Okay. So he's approached you. Things have gotten real weird. Um, over on this side of the veil and all. Uh, you gotta get home. You gotta get behind a ward or something. Uh, because things have gotten really and as he starts to say the word strange, that static, as he's been talking, the static always kind of there, but when he's really present, when it's just the two of you, it's often kind of staticky in the way of like watching a really old movie is
Mm-hmm.
kind of flickery and staticky. Um, this has gotten more and more and more, like is more apparent, and it's very strange because he seems relatively solid in this moment talking to you. Uh, but then suddenly, if you know when you've like almost tuned to a station when you were a kid and watching like a scrambled channel or a channel that you didn't really have access to, but you like almost did, and so you see the shapes just kind of like like melted across the screen almost in this sort
Yeah.
of all this weird shapes and color. It's that just sort of like smeared. Uh and you hear like st 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 like a stutter, like a track, like a vinyl skipping. And then strange, like stuttering out of his mouth, juddering out of his mouth, and uh then he's gone. Just bip, gone.
Imogen reaches out, like, as he, like, fades away, just to see if, like, touching him does anything.
Do you want to roll um with let it out?
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
Because it sounds a little bit like you're trying to take definite hold of something vulnerable or exposed.
Yeah, roll with
Sick, roll
spirit.
a spirit.
While that is happening, I just want to shout out what a delightfully specific reference and description that was. That is going to be wholly incomprehensible to any viewers who are the actual age of the characters we're portraying.
Yeah, I sort of was realizing that this is no longer a thing, you
Yep.
know? Kids just can't
They
just
just don't know,
stare.
you know?
You just don't know about staring at the background radiation of the universe.
Right,
You
man.
know? Man.
Man.
Fucking shit tits. Sorry.
You know?
That's a 5.
Ooh. Well, you're gonna have to go ahead and mark corruption.
That's fine.
I
Um
was this close to asking if we had any team in the pool, and then I was like, nope,
Wrong
not that system.
game, not that system.
Nope. Your
Um
failure just sucks.
yeah. Yeah.
I think that's the first corruption I've ever taken, so
Yeah, you don't roll let it out very often.
ever.
Um so let me update some notes really quick. Um so you reach out and you think you touch something, but What what do you want to have happen in this moment?
What
Like
I
what is
want,
Imogen hoping for when they reach out to to touch Maddie?
Imogen is hoping that, like, her touching his spirit, his apparition, kind of provides, like, a tether to this side of the veil to help ground him and keep him formed f at least long enough to finish what he's trying to say. Um, it's not something that she has experience in,
Mhm,
clearly,
mhm,
or is sure that's, like, a hypothesis that's gonna work out, but that's what she wants.
mhm. You remember when you were helping Jerome do that tracking spell and put the bird back together.
Mhm,
You remember there was at that time kind of this feeling of like something clicked. Like there was like not so much like a sensation, but you know that feeling like when you know that your name is about to get called or like you know that something is about to happen like right before it happens. It's a little bit like that. You knew that something happened, something shifted, something changed. This sense of the world. In this situation, you do feel that. You've made contact. You've made a tether. I would like you right now, really quickly, to roll with mind.
okay, that's significantly better. That is an 11.
11. Oh, that's a lot better.
Yeah.
You have a very distinct memory of asking one of the like a teacher or someone like maybe it was during your Bible study, during your camp, like why is magic a problem? Like, why are wizards like you get it, like vampires, werewolves, demons, homunculi, revenants. We get it. We get why these things are scary and dangerous.
Mhm.
But like people just doing magic. Solomon did magic. Solomon dealt with devils. So what's the problem? And the answer you got was ties bind both ways. You've successfully made a tether. You've bound something to yourself.
Huh. Imogen probably feels that tether, like, manifesting as, like, they f they feel it. It's not, like, literal, right? But they
Mhm,
feel constantly like there's always going to be, like, a little hand tugging at the sleeve of their sweater now
mhm,
to serve as that, like, consistent reminder of that tether to the other side. Um, and it's going to be annoying and weird and possibly dangerous, but it's the price that she has to pay, that, a little annoyance for trying to interfere with, you know, the grand design.
mhm, mhm. The other thing that you remember, you don't know what this is. You don't know if this is Maddie. Like, there is some uncertainty there. You know you were trying to grab hold of Maddie. You don't know if that's what you've done.
Mm-hmm.
There is doubt. Um, you know that he told you to go home. Right now, it's nighttime and you're just like on the street.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
do you get home?
Yeah. I mean the library's not far. I walk to the library regularly from my home. Um and if it's late and I've been out all day without telling my parents where the fuck I've been and I'm grounded anyway, it's probably best for my future punishments to get home.
Yeah, yeah.
So
So
Imogen
you
scoots on over.
awesome. So you get home. That night, you have a dream. You are walking in there's a graveyard just out of town, just outside of town, not affiliated with any church.
Mhm.
It is no it's unconsecrated ground. It is the unconsecrated graveyard. This is the place where people who are not right with the church are buried. It is also the place where uh, suicides, unbaptized children, um, people who've been excommunicated, and people who do not belong to any of the other faiths are buried. People who just aren't right with God.
Same.
Um, then you are walking through that graveyard. It takes Imogen maybe a little bit to sort of realize, like, her eye line is higher, like, taller. Like, their body is not right. Their body is lean and masculine. And but it's a dream. Shit happens in dreams, right? You're walking and you're following a lead. You know this. You're following a lead. You're following a lead. Somebody told you to meet them there in this thicket, in these woods outside the graveyard. And you push into the graveyard. It's not particularly well kept. It's not particularly, but it's also not like totally run down. But it's not like nice and neat rows of stately graves. It's a jumble of markers. You get to this hole in the fence that leads to sort of the woods, and you push your way through. You walk and you walk till you reach a clearing. And in that clearing, you're expecting to see someone, a person. Instead, you see about 5 to 8 people. You see a table in front of you, an altar. You see a person behind the altar. Everyone's wearing masks. And you hear your voice and you hear it. That's like your father's voice almost, but it's inflected just a little bit differently, saying, "Hey, what the fuck is this?" And you hear another voice say, strap him down. And somebody grabs you from behind, throws you onto the table. And the person, you see a small person, like probably of the same height as Imogen, like in Imogen's body, but in this body seems really itty bitty, diminutive, uh, raises this knife and plunges it into your chest. And the world tilts. And you hear someone say, not this one, but I think we're getting closer. As the world tilts back up, you've sort of stumbled outside of your, you can't look at it. You can't look at it. It hurts to look at the meat that's on the table. But you can look around you and you can see the person behind the table is taking off the mask, and you see a woman's face with long black hair, sort of sort of Egyptian looking, with bright bottle green eyes. And behind her, you see black wings of black bone stretching up, impossibly up, like cracks in the landscape behind her. And she says, tell the bishop we won't need the backup. The twin won't work either. We'll find another one.
Huh?
Yeah? So then, yeah, then I imagine the dream, you either wake up with a shot or the dream transitions into dream nonsense. You could choose.
Sure. It transitions into dream nonsense and it's the most wholesome, great shit ever. Imogen is at a all you can eat sushi bar. It's one of those rotating sushi bars. Next to her is a capybara. On her other side is Rick Moranis. And they're just all having a good time.
No
And
limes to be
Imogen's
seen.
No
no,
limes. No,
no.
nothing. The capybara looks at you, says, more green tea? More green tea? And
Yes.
and Rick Moranis says, the rift in space will never close. Never again.
God
They
damn
won't
it.
allow it.
God damn it.
They
Fucking
won't
hell.
allow it. They're going to tear apart the worlds, and they think they're helping.
That's what they all say after Audrey eats you.
It's true. It's true, you know?
Yeah. Total eclipse of the sun. No.
That which has been rent can never be healed again. Honey, I blew up the baby.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
JD looks so sad at that. Damn it, Brendan.
It's important. So, yeah, so the next day you go to school. I'm going to real quick narrate a couple of things
Mhm.
to kind of get you back in with the crew. unless there's something with that dream sequence that with all of this information you have, there's something you want to do the next day. Like, for example, do you want to tell anyone that you've left this brain in the library or where you found this brain?
Nope.
Sick.
Why? Why would I? What?
Well,
I'm on a rebellious tear.
you're sneaking out at night. You're hanging out with demons and revenants and things and
Dog people.
dog people. Your friend was a dog.
Yeah. Not through alchemy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, kind of through
I mean,
alchemy,
like,
but
yeah,
Well,
like, I technically
okay.
kind of
Well,
actually, yes, through alchemy, but
yeah, but not
but
like full metal alchemy.
no, yeah.
yeah, yeah. Um. Okay, so the next day, you're essentially that your friends are all meeting up at the snake pit.
The snake.
Guys, can you recall what it was that sent y'all to the snake pit? It was just
I think it was. I
It's,
feel like
it's like a call to arms, essentially,
yeah,
right? Like,
and Jerome enlisted us.
I think
Yeah.
right.
So
Yes.
the there was I think protecting who's the Ace? Yeah, Ace is I think that the Brotherhood is like potentially targeting Ace, right?
Mhm.
Wasn't that part of it? Or so like I don't know, there was a rally together at the church, or the snake pit rather, the snurch. And I can't remember how much this had tied into. Was it a vision that Jerome saw about Ivy? So don't actually remember offhand how much he had a chance to talk about that with his. I think his mom was there, or his mom wasn't there and his dad was there. One of them was there. I should have
Yes.
more notes, and I don't.
Yes, your mom and dad were there. Um and yes, you guys got your call to arms. So yeah, Amber, you would know that they were all meeting up at Snake Church after school. You being older than the rest of them, you probably don't share a whole ton of classes. So
Mm-hmm.
this would be your opportunity to meet up with them. So I'm going to say you walk into Snake Church, which, as we described last time, is a huge like warehouse nightclub with like as you walk in, it's all like black and red and looks is like a series of like there's like catwalks and various bars and lots of like these sort of sunken like bleacher seatings like going down like when you walk in everything is kind of below you like you have to walk down to get to like the various dance floors and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But all of the house lights are up so right now cuz it's after school, it's like 2:30, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So it's not set up to be like a club. There's a huge black basalt throne where Ace would sit, and like the DJ booths behind him. Um, and but right now it very much has that look of like this place probably looks really cool when the lights are
Mm-hmm.
out. With the lights up, it's like, oh, this is almost, like, embarrassing a little bit, like, it's very vinyl and leather and should be dusted. Uh, but yeah, everybody's kind of over at a back bar, sort of sitting there, and you see up on the TV where a reporter is describing a recent, uh, uh abduction from the hospital saying that the police are looking for any leads as to the whereabouts of one Penny Grimpley.
Huh. Huh.
So wait, where's Amber right now?
Imogen
Sorry, Imogen.
Imogen's just walked into Snake Church and is like behind you guys. So like a ways away, like you're just in like I can hear the slightly too loud club TV. Like there was a doorman who like looked at you and was like, are yous with the other kids?
Yes. Yes. I'm sorry. I was running a little late
Yeah, no problem. Go on back.
to Snurch.
Snurch, I never heard that one before. That's funny.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
He has
Thank
like a
you.
dagger tattooed like right over one eye. Like,
Sick, bro.
you know, he looks like a bowling ball made of muscles.
Like the bouncer in SpongeBob.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I watched a lot of SpongeBob this weekend. I'm sorry.
I have 2 small children. Yes. Um, so yeah, you go in. You guys, I don't know if you necessarily see Imogen immediately, but you know, they walk on in, and now you're all together.
Hey Della, what
Eve?
what do I need to roll for Soren putting his fist through the nearest wall? Because that is absolutely what he does.
Oh, you could just do.
Cool.
You could just do that. Oh, I want you to roll. Just give me a die roll. Just roll like luck.
Just one dice.
Yeah, just give me one die. Odds or evens.
Odds?
Odds.
Yes.
Sick. Roll.
That's a 4.
So you unfortunately the nearest wall to you is like a post of the bar, and you hit it and like a whole bunch of like glass just shatters, like bottles shatter. And like everybody there who was like, "Oh my god, this is awful," suddenly turns around and is like, "Oh my god, this is awful." Uh so yeah,
Dust comes down as well, you know.
just like some of that tequila we were saving for Jesus Christ. Everyone is upset about this. Uh, but you're like, what the fuck's the matter with you, kid?
Haven't you ever punched something?
I have punched many things. I have not spilled $2,000 worth of liquor with one punch twice. Did that once. What?
Then it seems like a tradition.
A trip. We can't afford that kind of tradition. That's a really expensive tradition. It's a really expensive tradition. Okay, the broom is over there, and so are the mops. Come on, you're gonna help clean that. You're gonna help clean that up.
Okay, look, we've got other things going on. Hold on, our friend might be disappeared here. We gotta find out what's going on with that. Like, we're not really worried about alcohol that just spilled. I mean, look at this place. Come on, we gotta find out what's going on. Jerome just walks by them.
Okay, Jerome, what I actually want you to do is roll heart for this one.
That's fine. That's where Jerome is with the heart. Let's see here. I need a surface. That is a 11. Nope, sorry, 10.
Okay, still he hears you and is just like, ugh. Sorry about your friend. We're all on edge. Fine. Yeah. So, and he'll go figure out how to clean this stuff up without you, but is definitely giving, you know, Soren like the stink eye from wherever he's standing. But
I'd say Jerome pays no attention to them as they go to clean that up and heads directly over to his parents to find out kind of what the state of things are as far as like this Children of Adam thing and what's going on with that, and immediately to find out if they can basically head over to the hospital and find out what happened to Penny.
So your mom it sort of says, yeah, so what we're trying to do now is we have an augur coming by who's going to read some entrails for us to try to give us some information about the coming conflict. Um, and we are going to, um, yeah, right now we're just sort of we're waiting on Ace to get here. This is one of the most fortified, both magically and physically, places that we have. Um, to get here with weaponry, and essentially the plan is to um, batten down this place, make this place a stronghold, um, and use this as our base of operations, from which, if we are attacked, we will respond with immense and disproportionate violence. And if we are not directly attacked here, we will take the time to go on the offensive ourselves and um, begin um, exterminating the sons of Adam.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
They
Jerome
have.
surprisingly takes that in stride. Okay, so do we have time to? We need to get over to the hospital and find out what's going on. And he points over to the TV with Penny, who's apparently missing. And this is we're just finding out about this now. And when is A supposed to get here? Like really, like how long do we have? Like this seems really important. We'll try to get back in time. I don't know. Maybe it's related.
I suppose it could be. Wait for the augur first.
I don't know if we have time. Like, don't they take a while?
How long do you think it takes to kill a chicken?
I mean, and then read the entrails, and you get to get the chicken. You got to get the auger here. I don't know. Are they bringing their own chicken? Do we have to find one? Like what's this?
She's got her own chickens. I'm assured she has her own chickens. Imelda keeps chickens. If you talk to her for 5 minutes, she will tell you all about them. You don't have time to talk to her for 5 minutes, so just let me assure you, she's got her own chickens.
Okay. Jerome turns to the rest of the group because he wants to find out where they stand and if they want to do you guys want to stay, or do you want to go find out what's happened to Penny?
We can't.
I don't know what's going to happen here. Yeah.
There's no point in staying. We needed to be there before now. We definitely need to be there now.
Yeah. Jerome turns back to his mom. Is there any way you can just send us a message or let us know what the augur found out? I think they're gonna go over whether I'm with them or not.
She like looks at your father. They have one of those like married couple conversations that's done entirely through like raised eyebrows thing that takes like seconds. And finally, what your father says is your mom clearly does not like the idea of you going. And with that 10 heart roll that you got before, you see what this is. This is scary. Your mom is scared. She wants her family close by. She doesn't want you to go missing. She's looking at that. She's looking at Mrs. Grimpley on the screen and is just thinking, not my kid. Not my kid.
All right.
No,
Yeah,
not my kid. So
I
she's petrified for you. But what your dad says, your dad sort of touches her hand and he says, let him make choices. And your mom takes a deep breath and lets it out. And she says, I need you to be careful. I need you to come back when you're done seeing whatever. I need you to come back. And you
uh
know what she means by that.
yeah. Okay. Jerome also makes eye contact with his dad and like nods at him, and then turns and like makes eye contact with his mom. It's like that we're gonna be fine. We just need to do this quickly.
And this is a great moment, Imogen, for you to sort of, I think, walk in to the group.
Yeah, absolutely. They step in and they're like, "So sorry I'm so late. Um, what's this about Penny going missing?"
We don't know yet. We're gonna head over to the hospital. Jerome turns back to the other two as well, and it's like looking for yes or no, or like yeah, just kind of gives you a look like I assume we're gonna head over there.
I mean, why are we still here? Like, why
Yeah.
aren't we moving?
Yeah.
What your
Honestly, I
mother
was waiting for you guys.
yeah, your mom has a hurried conversation with another person you recognize from church. We're calling them Dave. It's Dave.
Great.
It's Red Dave, big red beard. Red Dave, also a communist, unrelated to the red. The red's for the beard.
Oh yeah.
Red Dave is going to drive you. She's just like, and Red Dave. He's strapped. He's gonna um, make sure that if the Sons of Adam are around, that they're not taking anybody without a fight. Um, so yes, he's part of the coven, not just uh, the church. As you guys are leaving, you guys leave. You're getting in the car. A big limousine comes in, like does one of these a full on like stretch limo, like does like a drift into the parking lot in a way that should not be possible. Very Fast and the Furious, followed by a whole fleet of heavily armed men and women on motorcycles. And from that stretch limo comes the very classily bejeened goatee feet of Ace. Uh, and he stoops to give someone a hand out of the limousine. And with him, you see Imogen. That's the woman from your dream. Jerome, that's Tia. It's great. She's here. So you feel much better. It's like, okay, the coven and uh and the she's here to make sure that the uh she's not just using them as a face. She's actually going to back up this thing. She's not just going to be like, oh, the Snake Church is like a face for the cult of Ivy. It's also, we're going to make sure that Ace's people are okay too. So she's there backing them up. And they, unless you guys say anything to them, they're gonna not necessarily, they're kind of focused on getting Ace inside. So unless you say anything to them, they're not necessarily going to say anything to you
Yeah,
guys.
Jerome won't. He recognizes Tia as a force to be reckoned with, and is glad to see her there. That means it's not like a big imperative thing that he'd rush back here, and doesn't want to get in a big conversation with Ace and Tia while trying to get over to the hospital.
Does she look older now than she did in my dream?
Not even a little.
Oh my god. Imogen probably hadn't had enough time to like really recover from that dream and is probably just like but it doesn't say anything. At least not here. Definitely not here.
All right. So you guys get in the car and start driving. Once you guys get to, is there a conversation you guys have in the car? Or are you guys all keeping kind of quiet around Red Chris? Or Red Dave, sorry.
Yeah, I don't think Jerome is talking too much. He's kind of lost in thought a little bit about what might be happening with Penny, or why somebody would take her, or
Yeah, where's everybody's heads at? It's been a wild 36 hours for our preternatural teens.
What a wild question. I think that we're just kind of going with it at this point. I think.
yeah, I think Jerome's kind of in this little bit of shock, going on. As far as everything that happened at the crab shanty, everything that's happened, kind of gone on since then, as far as the vision of Ivy possibly being banished or what have you. The what they just saw on TV, everybody like gearing up for a conflict at the snake pit. There's a lot going on. There's a whole lot of like moments for to kind of deflate and process things. So I think Jerome's operating largely kind of in shock at this point, like doing the next thing because it needs to be done. But yeah, there's a lot that's been happening.
How about you, Soren?
Soren has spent so much time in these past 36, 48 hours going from normal human teenager to not normal human teenager on multiple occasions. He started off this day still thinking about the memories he got that weren't memories, but were they, and remembering the taste of his parents' blood in his mouth. And then he went to school, and everyone thought he was flirting with Chicory, and he had some weird interactions, and he had some normal interactions, and it felt almost normal, except that he was playing a role again. And now he sees a problem to deal with. They got Sefer back to their body. Obviously, they're going to get Penny back. Whatever they have to do to make that happen, he is willing to do. And I think he is feeling the closest to anger that he is able to feel.
Imogen, how about you?
I think as we're in the car heading over to the hospital, Imogen doesn't feel quite right. Like maybe there's been and a ceaseless nausea coming over them. As the flashes of um, the sacrifice in their dream plays over and over and over again in their head, and seeing the face of the woman with the bones of the wings of black bone, like live and in person, just mere feet away, and the almost like reverence um that Jerome gave her. It's disturbing, unsettling. She doesn't feel quite safe. She was going to try to, um, they were going to try to talk to the rest of the crew about it, but doesn't feel like they can anymore. That this has to be a secret, or that something that they have to keep to themselves until absolutely necessary.
Okay. Okay. As you guys pull up to the hospital, I would like everyone to roll with spirit.
8.
8,
7.
7, 5. Okay.
That is an 11 for me.
Ooh. Brendan, I'm going to offer you something. I'm going to
I,
offer you an opportunity.
I don't enjoy the tone that you have when you say that.
Well, just an opportunity. Bedlam failed. Bedlam got a 5. You got a critical success. I'm going to give you this opportunity to, if you keep the 11, I will give you a extra piece of information that, because everybody else passed, I'll give you an extra piece of information that might help. Or, but Bedlam failed, that means I get to take a hard move and screw you guys over because of the way Urban Shadows do mechanically. I will allow you, if you would like, to share your success, spread that critical success so that both of you in this moment pass, but not fully. What would you like? Would you like everybody to sort of mostly succeed, but not fully? Or do you want to succeed with style?
I mean, okay, so like there is what Sefer would do if Sefer was like genuinely conscious of this. And then there's what Brendan wants to do. Um Sefer's such a good bean. Sefer absolutely would share their success. Um Brendan wants to make some big moves, baby. No
Mm.
risk, no reward. So I think Brendan, the intrusive thought, is going to go for the extra piece of information and the hard
I think both Jerome as a character and Bedlam endorse that move. So
move.
I endorse it. I just wanted to sort of throw it out there because we had this kind of perfect
Mhm. Perfect
spread,
spread, yeah.
you know? Um, okay. All of you. Um, as you are approaching, notice a certain what Jerome notices is like a particular kind of heaviness of spirit. Um, I don't know if Jerome has ever himself he's pretty young, but like this can happen to anybody if Jerome has ever experienced a depressive episode, but that feeling of just like leaden immobility that can kind of come over you, like you're kind of doing everything in your day. It's all really normal, but it's as if there's kind of like a psycho-spiritual, like, weighted blanket just on your head and that you're trying to do everything through. You might Jerome might chalk this up to, like, the everything that's happening is just kind of the enormity of the situation you're in kind of coming to you. The rest of you also experience this, but it feels foreign. You're able to kind of identify something in this as like something is pushing on you. Something is saying, go away, or like, don't come any closer. Like it's pushing you back. Brendan, for you, for Sefer, what they notice is a particular sensation in their shem. And give me 2 seconds. Uh Sorry, I'm taking a moment to look something up. And so you're noticing a particular sensation in the part uh of your shem that's referring to uh sorry, I'm looking through some stuff right now. I did not take great notes. To the crown, to the divine will.
Mhm.
Uh so at that very, very top, right up by your shoulder blades, or
Not Brendan also frantically Googling which emanation that is.
I wasn't also frantically Googling which emanations were which right now. Um, so yeah. So you get that sense. You recognize this with an instinctual uh uh resonance. This is divine energy. Like, this is raw divinity that is saying this, pushing on you. Um, Red Dave does not appear to be impacted by this, or at least does not show any signs of being impacted by this.
Red
So
Dave is way too chill. Way too chill for that.
Too chill for that. Too chill for that.
so just to clarify,
Is smoking really gross cigarettes with the window open. Car smells gross. You know,
so just to clarify, so this is like a presence that we're feeling like here essentially, or
it is all around you. I would say, Jerome is kind of experiencing it as like this sort of like almost depression feeling. Uh Soren and Imogen, you guys might be feeling it almost as like a um the rest of you might be feeling almost as wind, honestly. Like, if you're standing in a place with really, really high wind, where it's like, uh, if you stand up on your tiptoes at the wrong moment, the wind might
Mhm.
push you over. That's kind
Mhm.
of how you guys are feeling this. It's kind of all around you.
Mm.
but pushing you very much away from the hospital. So as you're paying attention to it, the three of you are paying attention to it. I don't know how well you guys are. If you're paying close attention to it, you can notice like as the car is like moving sort of around where the hospital is, the sense of go away is very much radiating from the hospital complex.
And almost kind of like repelling kind of pressure.
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yes.
Cool.
I'm going to say Jerome's reaction to this. Jerome has never had a bout of depression before, I will say. Although the way his life has been going and the way things have been, like he's definitely building up to a good one later in his teens. No, he hasn't experienced this level of kind of crushing inability or nihilism or what have you. Like what does it even matter, ness to it. So I'd say he's feeling this weight, this and it's hitting him pretty hard. He's got that knot in his chest, tears in his eyes, like unable to kind of get out of the seat of the car feeling. And I don't think he's really aware where that's coming from or why. It's just everything's kind of slammed into him, right? So so I would say, like, yeah, Jerome outward appearance is having a hard time for some reason and not getting out of the car.
Della, is this a place of power?
Sure is. Mortality.
Oh.
Though I guess it depends. What are you looking into?
So obviously Imogen is not in the right state of mind. Like after the events of the last, well, however long this entire, we've been embroiled in this, but also like even worse in the last like 36 hours. But like the added malaise and the added weight of like the added force of like the wind blowing, feel of the wind blowing against them has them feeling like there's something else here that feels very similar to like the vibe from the dream. And they're very interested in seeing what connections the people in the events of the dream have to this hospital if possible. And I would like to investigate a place of power.
Okay. Okay. Investigate your place of power.
You said roll with
more. So the hospital itself is mortality. You could make a case for power if you're looking specifically at this emanation, this force that's pushing on you. But the place is the hospital. It's going to be mortality.
That's fine. That's the one I have the higher modifier in. So I'm going to do that. Let's go. That's an 11.
Beautiful. All right. Now mark mortality.
It was already marked.
Sick. All right. On a hit, you see below the surface the reality underneath. You're trying to connect this to your dream. As you're looking at the hospital, you're thinking about you're all over the place, right? This has been a rough time. Like as you say, your mind is not you don't know what the right mental space is for this situation, but you're pretty sure you're not in it. And so you're doing what you do when you're stressed out. You're kind of like zoning out. And while you're zoning out, Imogen strikes me as one of those people whose brain is never still.
No.
Like, you're, like, making connections in the back of your mind all the time,
Mhm.
and you're kinda just sitting there thinking, looking at the hospital, looking at the big hospital complex. You guys are kinda coming down. There's, like, an overpass, that you're kinda coming down. Oops, apologies. That's my brain drugs alarm to remind me to take my brain drugs. Uh You guys are coming down this long sort of overpass. You can kind of see the hospital and the big hospital complex. Uh, and you're sort of looking at it and thinking, like, wow, that's so huge. I wonder how far the basement extends. And you're kind of idly remembering like a book of like um you're thinking about like a book of like cathedral architecture you saw with like the catacombs under Paris, and you're thinking about like, you're in kind of a morbid state of mind and like the morgues under the hospital, and you're thinking about this quest, this pushing through things, and like you just get this sense, you get this vibe of like you know that there is an extensive basement network underneath the hospital. You remember this. You know that primarily there's a lot of labs down there. There's a lot of like just straight up like cold storage, like temperature control, like climate controlled stuff. Um that's sort of down there. And as you're kind of up top, sort of looking down, you can kind of see like, oh, those those little poles that are right there that don't seem to have, like, any lights on them, oh, those are all ventilation shafts for the basement network. You can kinda see them all underneath where the parking lot is. You're like, "Oh, that's so interesting." They Wow, they go way out farther than the parking lot. You can kinda see, so you're kinda getting this sense of, like, the underground structure of this place is significantly larger than the hospital building itself. Now,
Hmm.
because you rolled a 10 plus, you can ask me one question about the schemes and politics of the mortality faction at the hospital.
What are the current schemes that the mm, leader of this location is currently enacting? Are currently enacting? Schemes are, yes.
You know that you know you're thinking about the schemes and all of these things, and you're thinking about that news report you just saw, and you're thinking about, the hospital, like CMO was there, and like the chief medical officer of the hospital was there, the CEO was there, everybody was there doing a whole like, oh god, don't sue us thing.
Mhm.
um you are pretty sure that the hospital leadership has nothing to do with this. Whatever happened here, whatever whether it was whether it was failures or whether it was intentional malfeasance on the part of hospital staff, this is going to be like grassroots stuff. This is going to be ground level stuff.
Okay. Great.
Yeah.
Do you mind just, like, putting that in the chat somewhere so I don't forget?
Sure.
Thank you.
Okay. Now, as you guys are coming down, you guys pull into the parking lot. Um, okay. Uh, do you relay any of this information to the people in the car?
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Okay. Let me see here. Okay. So you guys sort of pull in to the parking lot, and Red Dave uh sort of sort of flicks a cigarette butt out the window, and is just like, I guess I'll wait here for you guys. You want to go in? I can go in, but how do y'all want to do this?
Jerome doesn't really respond. Jerome is dealing with this massive amount of weight, and he has tears in his eyes, and he is unable to get out of the vehicle.
Um, well, there's, I think I know a little bit more about this hospital than I thought I did. There's, like, this series of tunnels in the like, a basement maybe we could potentially go through?
Do you think Penny might be down there?
I I I just got flashes of a vision, like, nothing, like, big, but it might maybe. It's worth checking out.
I mean, I think it's probably better than just walking in the front door and being like, hey, um, yeah, so
Well,
that girl that disappeared, where's she at? Take us to your lair. Uh, Although I guess in some defense to that strategy, that has actually worked out for us pretty well so far.
I did punch the door that one time. It was pretty
Do you do you still have those brass knuckles?
I probably left them at home.
That's probably smart. Uh okay, so it sounds like you guys want to sneak in. Let's do things sneaky like back door, service entrance sort of thing.
I don't know. Does it really matter?
I mean, because if that's what you want to do, uh, he points and you see a linens delivery truck. And he's like, pretty sure you could steal some scrubs and wander on in. Food the thought.
It's not a bad idea.
I guess yeah, that's fair. I guess I'm usually not thinking in terms of disguises. It's so hard to find disguises that fit me.
Yeah, well, that's what's great about scrubs. They're
They're
so
stretchy,
comfy.
right?
They look awful on everyone, so you don't
Right.
have to worry
Like
about
once you
them.
said it, I was like, oh right,
You know?
right. I mean, I'll just look like the same weird misshapen blob as everybody else.
Exactly, exactly. I bet, actually, I'm sort of looking at your coloration here. I think that that kind of like off teal color actually might really suit you.
I'm gonna take your word for it. I'm not great with aesthetics. It's kind of yeah.
No, just test it out. Test it out. I'm always looking for opportunities here. But hey, you kids got somewhere to be. You want I should go swipe you some stuff?
If you
Yes,
could
please.
commit larceny, yes, that would be fantastic.
They used to call me Larceny Dave, but then we got another guy and he took Larceny Dave, so now I'm Red Dave. And so he goes off
Eject your
and
bid.
he's jacked my bit. That's why they call him Larceny Dave, You can't get mad at a guy called Larceny Dave for stealing
You
your
know,
bit.
Well, you could steal it back and then be Larceny Dave
oh,
Redux.
then no, because then you'll be grand larceny, Dave.
Oh, I like that. I like that. And for that, when he comes back with like scrubs for all of you, they all fit for the most part, and he has like clipboards and things for you as well. He says nobody's gonna stop you. Scrubs and a clipboard, you're good.
If push comes to shove, I'll say uncomfortable things about anatomy at them.
Also pushing, shoving. If push comes to shove, just push and shove. That's always worked for me. But hey, I've never tried to break into a hospital. You kids
Right?
are.
You're not B&E, Dave.
No, I'm not. I'm not. B&E Dave, that's my second cousin. Uh, and he sort of toasts you all and says, I'll be here. I got the motor. I'll have the engine running. You kids, good luck. Good luck in there. I hope you find your friend. We're all pulling for you.
I think with being just handed scrubs and a clipboard, I think Jerome's starting to come out of his funk and is not operating well, but is following. He's following along. This sucks though.
Yeah, you all still very much feel that pressure. Um, Sort of continuing sort of push you. And again, it hasn't increased, but it's distinct. It's still present. So you
Uh,
guys,
mechanically, do I take any kind of like detriment or anything? Okay. Okay.
not yet.
Okay. Not yet.
You don't see the Hellcat. Soren, roll with spirit.
Mm.
I would love to. That's failure.
Zeke is gone.
Oh,
You don't see Zeke anywhere. For the rest of you, not seeing Zeke is kind of normal. You usually don't see Zeke until suddenly you see Zeke. Zeke is kind of a liminal figure in terms of his relationship with like reality. Uh, but Soren, you can always see Zeke.
Mm-hmm.
You do not see Zeke.
Oh, Soren absolutely like gets out of the car, stops, and is looking around, like forgetting what we are here for, forgetting what we are doing. He just stands there, his eyes darting in all different directions.
Soren, are you okay?
Something's wrong.
Oh yeah, I feel that too.
No, you don't. Zeke is gone.
Was he here?
He's always here.
We're approaching the domain of a pretty powerful emanation of the Keter. The crown sphere. I wonder if that kind of competing reality structure was just too much for Zeke to be able to manifest themselves.
It's never happened before, though. He stopped once. He told me he couldn't go any further. And he disappeared into a break in reality twice. But he's never just not been there.
What do you mean he disappeared into a break in reality?
He doesn't seem to do well with things related to Sefer. And he broke. Something broke. Something broke.
If we got here and Zeke disappeared and Penny disappeared, do you think it's related?
I mean, that is a lot of disappearances.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think she's like Zeke.
I don't know. I was just thinking if we pushed through and kept looking for what's happening here, maybe we would find them both, but that might be a long shot.
Well, we're here. We might as well go inside.
All right. Drum hefts his clipboard and starts walking into the hospital.
Okay. As you guys sort of move through, everybody, here's what I'm gonna actually have you guys do at this point. You can either roll. I'm gonna let you roll escape a situation because you are entering, even though you're entering a situation, engage with a situation, and roll with blood, or you can roll mislead, distract, or trick. So you are essentially either charging into this with like the I belong here so completely no one dares to stop me with blood and with like the force of your presence, or you are trying to like meld into the background and be like, obviously I belong here, don't even notice me.
Yeah, that's gonna work like right into Jerome's tainted move of "Don't look at me." So yes, absolutely.
If you've got a sneakery move, use that instead.
Oh yeah, that would be a 11.
11.
That is a 9.
9.
And I'm rolling with blood, for the record.
Sick.
Yeah, for the record, I was rolling with heart instead of mind for mislead.
Beautiful.
I was rolling mislead, distract, or trick, rolled with mind, and I got a 13.
Hell yeah. All right. And what do we got for Sefer?
That's big concentration.
That's big
Yeah,
concentration.
Brenton looks real concerned.
Yeah.
He hit his birthday and his brain
Yeah.
no longer
All right.
functions.
I'm a roll blood.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was looking to see. I was like, where was I on my redemption track? Like, so there was like a move that I could take for that. But
Hmm.
no. So
Nope.
that is a plus blood. That is an 8.
An 8. Okay. Okay. So all of you guys are able to get in. You're able to get in to sort of the building. Everyone kind of just accepts that you're supposed to be there. Um, you see there's like a place where you can like grab like masks. So you all like are masking, able to mask up.
Mhm.
And everything is okay. Eventually, as you guys are kind of cruising through the hospital, it sounded to me like you were looking at trying to get into the basement. Is that
Mhm.
accurate?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. You guys sort of following various signs, sort of pointing to like essentially like laundry facilities.
Mm.
You're and sort of going through various doors that say hospital staff only, keep out. Um, you like go through a couple and are able to sort of keep cruising through, but you eventually get to a door. Uh, you get through like one door, like behind someone holding it. Um, and you see an elevator leading down to the lower levels, but it requires a key card, a hospital ID key card, which none of y'all have.
Huh.
But what if I were to ask it very nicely to let us through?
You know, you do have a move that lets you
I
do that.
do have that.
Mhm.
So let if I can, I would like to attempt to roll with spirit.
Go ahead, have a chat with this elevator.
Hey,
Please,
hey,
Mr.
hey,
Elevator.
buddy.
Mr. Elevator.
Hey, bud. Oh,
And
what's
you
that?
please
Oh,
let
okay.
us
Thank God. All right.
along.
I've spirit is good for me. Okay.
Good.
All right. That is an 8.
Wonderful. All right, let me look at this move. Okay, on up 7 to 9, ask one question.
I did not miss, thankfully. In
Yes.
which case, if I miss, the machine betrays us to our enemies,
Yes.
in whatever way it can. Uh, it becomes a narc elevator.
Mhm.
All right. Hmm. Hmm. So it's a good question. I'm kind of tormenting two different things. So is there a particular place we are trying to get to, or are we just kind of snooping around looking for
Right n
untowardness?
right now, you're just kinda you guys have been kinda just snooping around looking for
All right.
untowardness.
So, and this is going to be sort of interesting because it's what I am talking to an elevator, but also we are kind of dealing in a realm of uh, mystic implication and concept and system. I am going to ask, what secrets are hidden here, friend? Which, if there's like a secret basement lab or something that this thing connects to, it would at least
Secret
know about.
basement.
Um, okay.
Secret basement.
The elevator, a lot of the machines that you've spoken to so far, the last machine you had a conversation with was your own body,
Mhm,
which answered you eloquently.
mhm.
The machine you had a conversation with before, that was a car. It was something that experienced a lot of people, and people put a lot of energy into their cars.
Mhm.
And these things very much responded in like words and in language. This is a much more simple, utilitarian machine. People don't invest love and energy into an elevator
Mhm.
the way they do their cars or the way you did your body. So you get these images, this more in a series of like images that you learn there are um you see the elevator panel, see all the places it can go, the uh 15 floors up that it could go, the 5 floors down that it can go, and the 3 floors down below that, if you have the right kind of badge, which you could get from uh, a um, a person of sort of suitable rank.
Right, right.
And it kind of gives you a series of like impressions of faces.
Yeah.
And you can kind of the vibe you're getting is like the uh there's a word for this, but it's essentially like housekeeping staff.
Mhm.
Like the head of the like
Like,
uh
head of facilities, basically?
facilities, yeah.
Yeah.
The head of facilities or like the people who report directly to the head of
Mhm.
facilities.
Cool. Alright. So so we are at something of a choice here. We can either go on a side quest to get one of these badges, or I can try to push my luck with this elevator.
What do y'all think?
We don't have time to find a badge.
Mm-mm.
Alright, well, what would I need to do, Della, in order to be able to roll again to try and convince the Ella to do this, to do the other question of what could I get you to do to, take us down, basically.
I would let you roll again with a -1,
Mhm,
or
mhm.
I would let you say, tell the keypad that you have a badge. Talk to the keypad instead of to the elevator.
Interesting. Okay, I was kinda treating them as one thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, so just try to just, like, convince the keypad that I have provided the correct call and response, basically.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Alright. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'll give that a whirl.
'Cause the elevator gave you all this information. The elevator is not gonna snitch.
I'm getting flashbacks to my Python homework from the other week.
Oh, beautiful. Did your Python homework snitch on
Oh,
you?
I hope not.
He had meta AI do all of this.
Christ, no, I
No,
have
I know.
standards. Alright, so that is okay, so that is a 9.
A 9.
Yeah, I
Okay.
can't do the 2, but I can do the first one, which is how could I get you to, uh, accept that I have given you the, proper, authorization to take us down, comrade, question mark.
What The elevator will take you, basically we're using this as a, "Hey, buddy, could you just do
Hey, this is like a favor. Yeah,
favor?"
like I'm with the implication being like that we're assuming that the answer of a badge is off the table, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, what
Hey, buddy.
so it will take you down. It's just sort of like, "Oh, yeah. Sure. I'll do that." Um, you get the vibe that if you promise if the it what it asks you for is there's, like, paint, like, they've repainted the inside of the elevator. There's, like, paint splotched on the keypad,
Mhm.
and it really would love you to clean that off. And as soon as you do that, bing, what floor would you like to go to? Uh, which of those 3 secret floors?
Um, well, I think we found the warp zone, guy. Do we want to just like go straight to like the um boss lair, or where do we want to go? So uh there's like the 5 basement levels, and then there's the 3 secret basement levels. We're kind of spoiled for choice.
Should we just go as deep as we can? Or do you want to go to the top of those 3? I feel like we should go to one of those 3.
Yeah, no, it seems like that's like that's the play. Like one of the the super secret basements.
I mean,
I
why
mean,
not go to a super secret basement if given the opportunity?
yeah.
I mean, do we want to
But
just ride the sucker all the way down?
yeah, I mean, I was going to say it's also easier to fall down than climb up if we wanted to go down through floor by floor if we had to, which I'm about ready to just start going through floors here. So, like, yeah, let's just do it. I don't know. I guess all the way down. I guess it makes sense, really.
Right? You
Soren,
guys
sorry, Soren, you've been quiet, so I just wanted to make sure didn't have any uh counter arguments here. I mean, no, I fully recognize that this is like potentially an exceedingly foolish thing that we're about to do, but I'm just we're kind of flailing in the dark, so might as well just like flail at the darkest part, I guess.
I think that makes sense. If we're going to hell, let's go all the way.
All right. Uh, hey, buddy, can you take us all the way down?
sure can, boss. Uh,
Thanks, buddy.
and you go all the way down the elevator. You hit the bottom. Your ears pop. Uh, with the pressure change. And you hit the bottom. The doors open with kind of a cheery little ding. They open into an empty hallway. Linoleum tile floor, beige walls, doors exactly set into the wall with no lintel, nothing that sticks out, very smooth. Recessed handles of the door so that the walls are very, very matte with just these indentations where the inset handles of the doors are. The smell is antiseptic. And that pressure, that wind that you've all been feeling pushing you backwards has redoubled to the point where some of you are almost made to step back. And that's where we're going to take our break for this evening. So,
Oof.
we're going to take a break, brief bio break, refresh some beverages, maybe roll some spirit. I don't know. Uh, and we will all be back in about 10 to 15. Does that sound right, everybody? Beautiful. Come back around 10:20, and we'll be here.
7. It was Yeah, 7 or 8 years old, first bunk bed. Had it for approximately 2 weeks. It was the weekend of my first communion. My grandparents were in town. I am climbing up into my bunk bed, and where it is uh, positioned, I bonk my head on the light fixture. And this had happened a couple times before. I was like, oh, bonk, you know. This time, I bonk my head. The light fixture comes fully loose, breaks upon my head. My head is fine. My head is fine. However, broken glass is everywhere, and I have sliced open my knee. And so that is the story of how I went to get stitches the night before my first communion because of bunk bed.
They're dangerous. That's how you know.
I still have the scar.
Oh dang.
I know.
Hey, next time we're in Meat Space, I will point out this is my first communion bunk bed scar.
That's how you know bunk beds are of the devil. They're out to get you.
True.
You know, it saw it was its
Trying to
last
stop-
chance
trying-
before you were
trying to-
protected by
Trying to stop me
divine
from
right.
getting that host.
That's
Yeah.
that's witches work, defying gravity like that. That's
Right?
you can't do that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Mhm. All right. Are we ready to get back to it?
You'll
All right. The doors open into this ominous hallway. Again, very smooth, this hallway. Antiseptic. Smells of antiseptic and linoleum. And the lights uh the lights are those tube lights that you can hear if you're autistic enough.
yeah.
Uh
Yeah.
and are yeah, they're making that. They're making the noise. They're making that.
Noise.
They're making the noise. Uh and that sort of subtle flickering that for those of you who have enhanced senses, it's like a fucking flashlight rave almost. Those of you without, it's just that subtle, like, do I have something in my eye?
Bella, I thought like a monster you were going to be like, after your comment about hearing the lights, I thought you were going to be like, for those of you who suffer from migraines. And I was going to be like, why are you personally attacking me with this sensory input?
I feel like I have done a lot tonight to just put your characters into sensory situations that aggravate all of us. I'm not going to throw migraines on top of that. So no, this is absolutely would be a migraine trigger, but I think all of you are neuroplastic enough that it's not causing that problem at this exact second. Or you're neurostatic enough because you're dead. What do you do? You again, as I said, you feel that emanation, that push away has redoubled.
Can I, with the degree to which I was able to kind of tune into it a little bit more
Mhm.
through my Shem,
Mhm.
um, am I able to try to see if I can kind of follow it to its source? Question mark?
I would let you investigate a place of power or well, I said it was divine power, right? Put a face to the name.
Okay. All right. Hmm. I'll see. I'm so tempted by that. Put a face to a name, though. Yeah. I know I'm not gonna like the answer, whatever it is, but let's see, put a face to a name. Okay. Roll with their faction. So what is their faction?
Power.
Power. Okay.
It's gonna be power. It's gonna be roll with power either way. It's
Okay.
just what information you get is gonna be different if you're putting a face to a name versus
Gotcha.
this. And you're gonna mark power.
Okay. I've already marked power. So
I gotta start throwing more werewolves at you guys.
Oh,
Get some wild up in here. Or you guys need to have some, you know, uh moments of
Well,
intimacy.
it's funny because wild is the only one I do have marked.
okay. All right. Well, that could be better, but I'm good. I'm good at power. So that is a 7.
7. How are you doing this?
Hmm, right. I think I am trying to. But also, now that Sefer has kind of had a little bit more experience with the out of body and with separating their Athenor from their corpus, essentially, I am going to be kind of trying to mentally sort of remember what it was like in that liminal space to kind of try and project my consciousness um kind of through my shem, basically to cease experiencing the world through my physical self and experience the world as my shem experiences it.
Hmm.
I know that raises a lot of like very weird phenomenological questions there.
Oh,
But
uh, I want I would ask you to describe a place. Where's the first when Sefer thinks of a safe space, not a safe space like, oh, I feel sort of psychologically safe, but a place where they feel free to be fully themselves. A place, it may or may not even be real, but a location where they are free and where that freedom is unthreatening to themselves. There's no threat to themselves by them being free, and there is no way they can threaten others by being free. What is this space?
wow, what a question. Okay. Um, I think gonna go off of like it not necessarily having to be like a real space. I think it is a kind of it is a kind of frictionless plane surrounded by a dome of infinite starless night, and it is not a barren plane. It is quite cluttered with uh, shapes of all various sizes and configurations. Um, but all of those shapes are regular and symmetrical, um, though you could be deceived into thinking otherwise because of their complexity. It is a place where it's a place where the way that Sefer views the world actually conforms to the shapes that they see around them.
You have a profound sense of locality, sense of that space, that place as a place, a sense of if you've ever been in a city and suddenly realized there was no other city you could possibly be in, this is clearly New York. If you've ever been in a place where there's no other place you could possibly be in, you could close your eyes with your eyes closed. This is that place. You have that sensation of this is this place. You have a sensation of connection from that place to all other places. There is a method, there is a way. They're all connected, and they're connected through you see standing in your space a golden spindle spinning, eternally spinning, the purest golden light. And around that central spire, spinning wheels, wheels upon wheels of eyes and flame and wings and fire, and in a voice that you feel more than hear. It says your name. It says its name. And it says, cousin. And then you're back in in the hallway, experiencing the world through these meager senses that your body is loaded with.
I think Sefer fully just kind of like buckles over and collapses to the ground. Um, just fully beset by waves of vertigo as they attempt to readjust themselves to this uh, 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 crude matter.
I think Jerome catches, or at least attempts to catch Sefer as they drop.
Oh, mm. Oh.
Sefer weighs a lot, though, right? I think he more ends up Jerome more ends up having to ease Sefer to the ground
Yeah,
rather than fully
Sefer's
like
pretty
prop them up. But
dense, like even denser than they look. Um,
Yeah, Imogen probably is not able to like have reflexes quick enough to be able to respond.
Mhm.
Um, but at least does like the hand wavy thing over Zephyr's face.
what? Okay. No, I'm, I'm, I'm doing okay. Um, I'm huh, okay. I think I'm gonna throw up. I've never done that. No, I think you should get back. Um, and yeah,
Jerome gets way out of the way.
yeah, I think Zephyr. It's not a lot. It's not a lot, but still, like, yeah, like Zephyr kind of retches, and it's like, I've never done that before. I hate that. I hate that. You guys do that a lot. It seems like you guys do that a lot. I hate that. Oh, okay. I think I'm okay. Have you ever guys experienced like perfect level?
What's that?
No.
What are you talking about?
Sorry. It's like so I was in a play. Sorry, I tried to like zero in on like that feeling. And I did. But it zeroed in on me too. I think maybe well, I was kind of in its place and it was in mine, and it is the place and I am the place. Um, and and we're kind of both the same place. Different rooms in the same celestial palace. Um, I'm gonna try to say its name. I'm not doing a great job with this thing in my mouth. Oh, that's my tongue. Okay. Um, Narrowline. Okay, it was close.
Yeah.
Nair Eileen.
Narrelnine.
Narrelnine.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I can't do it so well with this thing in my mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Nairelnine. It's
What is that?
it's it's yeah, it's an angel.
What?
Yeah,
Um,
it's an angel.
What is?
The
Wait,
the thing.
here?
n-
Yeah. That's what we're feeling. That's what we're vibing with right now.
an an angel?
Yeah.
Soren,
Also, I think I know. Also, I think it knows I'm here. Sorry about that. Might be.
roll with mind.
That is. Please tell me this. That is a 7. Okay, I had to do math.
Ooh,
I have a
good.
-2. We were right
Whew.
on the edge.
All
Rolled a
righty.
9, -2. We're at a 7.
7 though. That's good. That's good. Failures mean stuff right now, guys.
Oh,
Uh
great.
uh
Failures with consequences. My least favorite kind of failure.
And
ooh, yeah.
no failing forward. Like
Failing
the
forward.
worst.
Great.
You know this
Love
name.
Urban Shadows.
It's so good. I love Urban Shadows. No lie. You know this name. That name, Nerylnine. You know that name. That's really familiar. And Amber, actually, you go ahead and you roll. I'm not going to make you roll. You're the scholar. That name is familiar to you as well. Amber, I will let you roll with mind to pinpoint where that name comes from.
That's an 8.
It's enough. You were looking into like the sort of like the divine lineage, like the miraculous lineage of the living saints. That is the name of the angel that supposedly visited Saint Aoife Greenlee, the other living saint,
Oh,
the Irish saint who's gonna be here in like 3 weeks, I think, to do like a whole tour with Soren, a whole speaking tour with Soren.
oh, fuck.
And I think while Imogen is like reflecting on that, Soren's just standing there going, that why does that sound familiar? Why do I know that name?
Uh, because that's the angel that visited Aoife.
It is, isn't it?
Who's Aoife?
She's
Jerome asks. Jerome doesn't know. I don't think Jerome knows.
she's another saint. She's an
You would
actual saint.
know about Aoife kind of in the same way that my dad knows about Taylor Swift. Like, you know that this is an individual, like individual famous, but I suspect Jerome does not follow in the day-to-day lives of saints all that much, except for Soren. But as sort of a recap for the audience, Aoife Greenlee is an Irish saint, living saint, who has performed miraculous healing. Um, has performed miraculous healing since this moment, where she miraculously healed several members of her hiking party when they got um, uh, basically buried in an avalanche, cut off by an avalanche from their rescuers, from like possibility of rescue. And they survived for several days, and they all uh, bear like a mark as if they were burned. Um, but none of them describe having felt any pain of Aoife's hand on them. And Aoife described the vision of an angel. And in the a very bare handful of interviews has she ever said the name Nerylneen. But she's revealed that to you, Soren, and you're an archivist. You know, if she said it once, you have it written down somewhere.
Um, hold on. I'm so sorry. It is that time of day
Get you?
that my brain just blue screens. Can you say that one more time?
Yes. You know this name, you know this angel. There
Yes.
was an angel associated with the miraculous healing of some hikers. Aoife
Right.
Greenlee is a living saint from Ireland. Um, so, from what you can tell, this is not an angel of divine like wrath or judgment. Appears to primarily be,
Like healing,
yeah, was
gentleness.
yes.
Okay.
Did leave that brand. The people who were healed did have kind of a brand on them of Aoife's like fingerprints. But again, it's like a burn or like a birthmark almost that
Okay.
appeared afterwards.
I don't think we should panic too much because this isn't a malevolent angel. I mean, Aoife healed hikers in Ireland. I mean, the- and as a saint should, does good. I, I, I think, I think we should be reverent, but not be. I don't think we're going to be hurt.
That's a lot of faith.
Well,
I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't necessarily trust them, but that's me.
they are an angel. I mean, faith is kind of the game.
Are we forgetting the reason we're here? Are
Yeah.
we forgetting
What
what
happened to
we've
Penny?
been feeling since we arrived? Are we forgetting the fact that Zeke is gone? I'm not saying that we walk in guns blazing. None of us have guns for starters, but
You could though. If you guys told me that you grabbed a gun before you left, they were freely available. Just saying.
I'm not bringing a gun to an angel fight, but the yeah, I'm with Soren. I'm with Soren on this one. Like you never know. Like angels are, you can't necessarily just trust an angel to be good. I'm the miracles that were performed and everything, but that was through somebody else who clearly wanted their friends healed. I don't know, but I'm going in hesitantly, and clearly we're all feeling this feeling of oppression right now, and that's not good. So
Yes, that wind of don't don't be here, not good, go away, back off, has not faded since your contact with the angel. Um, but saying that it's here is a little bit like saying atmosphere is here. Um, Earth is here.
Mm.
Uh, but it is it is present in a way that ordinarily, to the best of your knowledge, angels are not and probably shouldn't be. You know, having stated about the whole like, you know, you don't want a uh you don't want a dump truck or a crane just parked in your but yeah, that's what you got. Spooky hallway that you can see. It's sort of in the distance. You can see it does terminate in what looks like a T intersection. Um, you know,
Yeah, I think normally Jerome might be a little bit more concerned about the fact that there's the actual presence of an angel and what that means as far as like that whole barrier and such, weakening, et cetera, et cetera. But right now it's just sounds like another thing between us and Penny. So
Yeah.
moving forward.
okay. Everybody's moving forward. All right. So what are y'all gonna do? You just going straight down the hallway? Are you trying to? How are you maneuvering? Just walking down, opening doors? Like, what's y'all's like?
Path of most resistance, I think. So keep walking forward. If it seems like it's a door to one side or the other where it's really really pushing us away, then that's probably the way to go. But like, is there something kind of tangible about that, or is it just a general like get back in the elevator? The push is coming from some direction, right?
I would let you would have to roll with spirit again because you failed that initial spirit roll. So roll with spirit again and actually I'll let you all do that to sort of roll with spirit again to see if you can
Mm.
determine like a location. But again, be careful. Failures accumulate right now, and they are meaningful in lots of ways. All right, that's failure.
Durham doesn't do spirit so well.
That's the 6.
Okay.
All
2.
of us are ruling spirit.
If you want to try to ascertain location,
Yeah.
I'm gonna pass on that one just because I feel like that I shot my shot there. I think I'm not gonna push my luck here.
okay, okay.
You know what? With only a +1 and failures being so significant right now, maybe I'll hold off just to be safe.
Okay.
Hmm.
So you guys don't really gain a sense here. Whatever's trying to keep you away is super, super present in here right now. So it is a force all around you. And so it's really hard to ascertain like a location. It's like when you're standing in like a courtyard and the wind feels like it's blowing from all like you can't get a read on it. It's just too strong. So you're walking down the hallway, you reach a T intersection. I'm gonna do something. Who's got a D4 handy?
I do.
I got a D4.
I
Okay.
do.
Okay. Amber, you're 1. Bedlam's 2. Brendan's 3. JD is 4. Roll that D4 for me.
3.
3. Brendan.
Hey.
You're walking down the hallway. And you're walking down the hallway, and you're walking down the hallway, and you're with your friends. You're with your friend. You're alone, and you're walking down the hallway. And there is a light that is within you, and there is a light that is without you. And they are the same light. And a voice comes from the light and says, "Why are you here? It's not safe to be here."
I'm looking for my friend.
What will you do if you find her?
I guess I'll keep her safe.
She wants you safe. How will you keep her safe?
Any way I can.
What are your can you remind me real quick what your imperatives are, your instincts
Yeah,
are?
okay, because let's see. So there's protect the valuable, hunt the disloyal, to labor in silence, and then there was originally to serve the powerful. Um, but we rewrote that essentially to serve thee.
To serve the worthy? Okay.
Because yeah, those was my redemption.
You are breaking up pretty bad. Is anybody else noticing that, or is that me?
Yeah, I'm noticing it.
Okay. And Brendan's frozen? Nope.
Oh
Maybe?
no, oh anybody?
Back?
Hello,
Nope, still breaking
anybody?
up.
Hello.
Oh,
Cool.
can you hear
Hello?
us?
Yeah, I can hear you. Y'all are
Okay.
coming through.
Oh,
Okay.
there's a huge lag.
Oh, amazing.
Big lag.
Oh
Brendan,
no, it's
maybe
it's definitely you.
refresh.
Yeah. Let me refresh. Give me a second.
Okay.
It's so broken I'm not even getting an indication of signal.
Oof.
Listen,
What's the weather
this
like
might
in
be a
West
good place to
Virginia?
stop.
You know, I am thinking like if we have to end it on conversation with literal divine being, uh that's not the worst place. But hopefully Brendan comes back so we can experience consequences. Not all consequences have to be bad.
You
No.
don't need to give us consequences.
No. Are we back?
Okay, all right. I can see everyone now.
Oh shit.
You're
Can
kind
you
of there.
hear us?
I can hear you.
Okay.
Okay.
Actually, it's looking better now. Okay.
It is. It is more synchronized now.
Okay,
Okay.
all right.
All right.
I came back in and then I paused for a long minute because for a minute I couldn't see anybody and then everyone like warped back in.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Yeah. That was
Okay.
a good length of time where you were consistent.
Awesome. Okay.
So
So
where were we?
where were we? Where were we? That's a good question with this entity.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Any way that I can. Yeah. How to keep it
Yeah,
any way
any
that I can.
way that I
Oh, that's right.
can.
It was too certain. Yeah, we were asking my imperatives because I had rewritten one with my redemption advance, from the powerful to the worthy.
So the vibe you are getting is it reads your Shem. And when they do, the pronouns for this thing are all.
Hmm.
There is no wrong pronoun to use. It through it, they, he, she. No, if you want to use a neo pronoun for it, you won't be wrong.
Yeah.
Uh it reads your Shem, and they want assurance from you. You see, or you get this sort of vibe in this location. Again, you're walking through these hallways and you're getting that vibe of that location that you were seeing before, and you're realizing that all of this is your mind, the physical meat of your brain that is used to perceiving reality in a certain way is shaping the world in order to better understand this thing that cannot really be looked at. Uh, and she wants an assurance from you that you will protect what is valuable. The reason you're having this conversation is because of that imperative.
Hmm.
What image, sense, words do you give this entity that is asking you for assurance right now?
So it is asking assurance that I will protect the valuable,
Yes, and in
and
this case,
so
the valuable is penny.
which
Yeah.
was what Sefer was thinking. That's what Sefer's assuming in the situation is what Sefer is considering valuable in the situation. And I think what Sefer calls to mind is the moments of them in the library and in church group together.
Mhm.
Particularly when Sefer had first revealed the full extent of themself for the first time. Oh, we got follow.
Oh, hi. Thank you for the
Thanks.
follow.
Hi.
We appreciate it.
Thanks for
Hi,
the follows.
Dicequake.
Uh,
But yeah, when Sephard first revealed the full extent of themselves to everyone, um, and Penny accepted them.
I would like you to roll with heart. I will allow you're going to roll 3 dice and take the 2 highest.
Okay. More cubes. More cubes are necessary.
The cube.
Which is good because heart is actually not great for me.
I want you to succeed this one. Like,
Well, I mean,
really want you to succeed this one.
hey, we did a whole panel on calling for dice rolls and standing by the results.
You know, we got to stand by the results, but this is a situation. There are story reasons why this is working out and why you would have advantages here.
Okay.
So the 2 highest still a failure.
Yeah, because I got 2 1s.
Oof.
Yeah.
And what was the other die?
The other die is a 6.
Oh, that's a
which
7.
But
Oh,
I am
but
rolling heart, and heart is bad for me.
yes.
Heart is a bad stat for me.
Oof.
So that is that is unfortunately a failure. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Failure.
Mm,
Alrighty.
yeah.
You
You tried. You
you
genuinely
tried.
tried.
You genuinely tried.
Yeah.
So you get a sense from this entity of disapproval, and it's you're it's a it's this it's the disapproval of a of someone watching a loved one do something obviously not in their best interest. Like, if you've ever watched a friend do something, like stay in a job that they shouldn't be in, date that person they shouldn't be dating, you know, like, uh, engaging in a self, you get this like, I did this sort of like finger wag disapproval,
Mm.
and a little bit of the same vibe you were getting from like Jerome's mom earlier, this like fear.
Hmm.
But similarly to Jerome's mom, you get a receding of that pressure to go away. But that's all. You feel you feel a kind of a stepping back, a kind of like an acceptance of your presence here.
A tolerance, if not necessarily an acceptance.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes. And you are back to walking down the hallway with your friends. But you hear an echo of words that are not words, but are kind of impressions etched into the parts of your brain that are not flesh, the parts of your mind that are uh, neither neither meat nor juice. Uh,
Oof.
all hearts must be weighed. And that's what we are going to end on tonight.
This is fine.
Sefer throws up again. Hates that.
It's I'm just saying.
It's a vomit of disapproval.
Mhm.
Just to echo
Vomit.
what was in chat, this is gonna ruin the tour.
It is. It is. The tour is completely screwed
Yeah,
at this point.
the vibe and the tour are in shambles.
Shambles.
I can't believe we made
Shambles.
Justin Timberlake a meme. I can't believe we made him relevant again. Sorry.
It's
I
wild.
mean, at least it's relevant in kind of a funny way.
True. All right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you all for being here tonight. Thank you all for playing this silly, goofy, fun time game with me where nothing.
Such a silly goofy.
Such a silly, goofy game. All right, everybody. We're gonna sign out. And we're gonna go through, tell everybody where they can find you. Starting with Amber.
Hi, everybody. I'm Amber, also known as the Space Jamber. You can't find me anywhere except, I don't know, if you're in Chantilly on Saturday, on this weekend. I'm going to the spa. Don't talk to me. So, but otherwise, you can find me here on Live from the Apocalypse Zone every other Monday playing Imogen Warwick, the Scholar. You can also find me next Monday, with the finale for Worldwide Wrestling. We are wrapping up our series, with the big pay-per-view. And it's gonna be a lot of fun, and I think I might actually be seeing wrestling in real life next week after, because SmackDown's filming in DC on the 23rd, and that's the day before my birthday. Anyway, popcorn, somebody else.
All right. Fabulous. All right, Bedlam.
Hello. I have been and will continue to be Bedlam. You can also catch me here at Live from the Apocalypse this coming Thursday for Never Ember's Enigma, playing Brindle Fallow, a simple farmer just caught up in the fast-paced life of Waterdeep. Certainly just a farmer. Pay no attention. Yeah, that's it. That's it for me.
All righty. Brendan.
Hello. I have been Brendan. When I am not doing this, I am also playing Alex Sandowski, aka Victory, over on our Masks Actual Play podcast. I am also the game master for Cryptid Community College, which is between seasons right now. But we should have our first episode drop for season 2, which we recorded earlier this year, pretty soon. I think maybe even this coming weekend. Beyond that, outside of LFGA stuff, stuff going on, I do not know if I can formally talk about just yet. Although, if some of the furious Discord notifications that are blowing up my computer right now are any indication, I might be able to start talking about that very soon. That's all I'm going to say.
Mysteries. JD.
Hi, I am JD. Tonight I have been Saint Soren Augustine. I am going to try to be quick because I do way too many things. You can next find me on Thursday, joining two of the people here for Never Ember's Enigma, where I play Riv, a changeling rogue who has never done anything wrong ever in their life. You can find me twice on Saturday. During the day, I will be over with Lost Caravan as part of their Call of Cthulhu week. Except we're not playing Call of Cthulhu. We're playing Delta Green, and we're gonna have a great time. And nothing bad is going to happen. There are 80 villain points already, and there are 4 more games before this happens. We are absolutely fucked. And then I will be over with Entropy Emporium that night for our Invisible Sun campaign, Blooming in the Rot. I will be back here on Sunday for Academy H, where I play Casimir Bright, who likes to make stuff out of bones and is having a normal one. You can also find me next Tuesday over with Entropy Emporium again for They Call Us Villains, the Masks actual play horror game that I run there. And then, finally, before we get to come back for this, Redacted, our psychological horror game here, will finally be back after a 2-month hiatus. There's a few other things. One I can't talk about, even though it premieres before the next time we're back here. The others I'm just not going to throw at you, but check socials, jd.jasondean, to find out where I am on any given night.
Incredible. I'm Della. I've been the GM. I play everybody else. Today I have been various chthonic and deific horrors. That's cool. That's very much my lane. I love that. Um, and let's see, you can find me here at Live from the Apocalypse. I just finished up something over at Caravan, the Lost Caravan, which was fun. Their Thirsty Sword lesbian game. That was cool. We did a 3-shot, and I will be back here on Thursday in Never Ember's Enigma as B, a Normish wizard who is totally fine. Everything's normal. Everything's fine. I definitely fucked up that heist. I did not. The dice fucked me, guys. It was bad. It was bad. And I will be back on Thursdays in Redacted as well, which I'm looking forward to. But I will be back again as the GM of this game on August 26th, I believe. And I am very much looking forward to that. It is late at night. I don't know if there's anybody to raid, but if there is, we will be raiding someone. And thank you all for hanging out with us. Have a great couple of weeks. Bye bye, y'all.
Bye.